I'm participating in this project because I feel that dialogue is a very important, it's very important for individuals to learn.
I'm participating because the aim of the project is something that has been missing in Denmark for a very long time, I think. The aim of it is very peaceful, so that's why I'm participating in it.
Because I think that dialogue is really important, not just for people in their daily lives, but also on an international scale.
Participate in this project because I really believe in having a common understanding between the youth in Europe and in the MENA region, because I think that will lead later on to the worldwide peace.
Join this to see people, meet new people, hear new ideas, sharing thoughts, just like for that.
Because I find it very interesting to go in dialogue with people from Middle East and listening to them and hear what they have to say about Denmark, what they think about Denmark, and they want to hear what we think about their countries. So yes, I think it's very interesting.
Because I'm passionate about the dialogue and teaching people, helping people understand the noble art of conversation.
I am participating in the project because I feel that the concept of dialogue is pretty necessary for human beings to coexist and to understand each other across borders and across different identities and religions and cultures.
Because I think that dialogue is very exciting, and to be here with people from Egypt and Jordan is just a nice opportunity to get to know the Middle East better, the Middle East culture.
It's a very exciting and interesting opportunity to participate in a project where so many people from different backgrounds come together in a supportive environment in order to know more about each other, know more about dialogue, and become agents of change in our communities, and pass, let's say, this torch on to our families, our friends, and really make them realize the importance of dialogue in our communities.
Dialogue is somewhere in between discussion and debate, where we try to come to understanding. The only thing is that if we're only supposed to be in a dialogue, we really need to understand each other and respect each other's opinions and know that we're different, and also have a very secure grip around the question that we're being asked in a dialogue, because otherwise we go over to a discussion or a debate and we stop respecting each other's opinions and we get personal around it. So I also think dialogue is not to get personal, but to be informative about your beliefs and share that with each other.
Dialogue means sharing opinions, respecting each other's opinions, not trying to convince each other, but to be active listener and to gain mutual understanding.
Being able to communicate in a peaceful way, and maybe you don't have to agree, but accept the other and understand what they bring to this discussion or this conversation that you're having with them.
Dialogue, the first thing I think when I hear the word dialogue is listening, understanding, and accept and respect. You don't have to agree with an opinion, but just to accept it, and you can just think about it and listen to it. You are like in dialogue, and you are open-minded and understanding, not attacking people and judge people because of their opinions, and respect the differences, but also to try to see what we have in common as a persons.
Dialogue is a process where you get out of your comfort zone, challenge your opinions and viewpoints, and make an effort to accept other people's points of view, no matter how different they are from yours. Accept them and respect them, And that doesn't necessarily mean, that doesn't at all mean that you're compromising your own beliefs, your own point of view, and becoming more empathetic and putting yourself in the other person's shoe.
I think that dialogue is the most important element in peace, and because I'm interested in peace and having a peaceful world, I think that we should start by having a dialogue, constructive, effective dialogue.
It's respect between people, and there's no levels between people. It's okay, we are the same, we are equal.
It's a form of communication in which people gain a better understanding of the differences, of their points of views, and probably come up with some constructive way to accept each other and have a good understanding of what everyone thinks.
Speaking about dialogue is pretty easy in theory, but trying to engage in a dialogue could be a bit hard because there are a lot of unforeseen things. If somebody gets a little bit offended or takes something personal, it's going to be hard to to continue the dialogue because emotions, they go like this, up and down constantly. And it's quite important that you're really concentrated and focused on having a dialogue and not letting it escalate into a discussion or a debate.
I have to listen much better. I think when someone says something about themselves, I need to understand that it's about them, not about me.
I think one of the most important things is that you start at the same level of respect. So whenever you start out with your dialogue, that you respect the person you're talking to, and then you go into the dialogue with an understanding of the other person, having another opinion than you might have, and respect for that you might not be able to, or that you shouldn't convince the other person, but that you should understand that this person has the right to mean a different thing than you.
Patient person and have a lot of good knowledge and accept the other's opinions in a very peaceful way and have a very high values in communication and in your personal life in order to deal with different people from different backgrounds and different countries.
Yeah, we have to be open. We have to be open to each other, to listening to each other, open with our opinions and values. We have to trust each other that everyone is coming to this dialogue with the best intentions. I guess also we have to also keep in mind that we're all equal. No one is better than the other, and yeah, basically, and we have to be honest as well. And we can't come into a dialogue with bad intentions. We have to be honest with our intentions, and we have to be honest with what we're saying as well.
Mm-hmm. There are two necessary things I believe. One of them is that both people, or all of the people engaging in a dialogue, have to be willing to have the same dialogue. I mean, it doesn't work if one of them wants to have a debate and the other one wants to have a dialogue. The other thing is that curiosity is a necessity, because if you're not curious about why the other person has the point of view that he or she has, you're not going to want to listen to them. And so curiosity is pretty important.
I think it's more like feeling that you're not alone, and that when you say something, it's not only you that listen to it, but others listen to it. And maybe someone who won't appreciate your thoughts, maybe in a dialogue they will appreciate it. So they will appreciate the effort of saying it and the courage of saying it, even if it's something totally different and against a culture, against a religion, or whatever against you. But it's first step towards something bigger than anyone could imagine. I don't know.
Listen to each other. Listen to each other and don't stop them when they try to speak.
Ambassadors for Dialogue is trying to change the world by teaching people how to communicate.
Ambassadors for Dialogue is a person who is supporting our common goal of creating a better understanding between youth in East and West.
An ambassador of dialogue is a person that promotes understanding, respect, and cultural exchange.
Ambassador for Dialogue is a group of people who wishes to bring dialogue to the Middle East and Denmark.
Is a way for changing our world, really.
The first workshop, we were really excited, all of us, and it went well. All in all, it was a bit chaotic because a lot of people attended, a lot of people came in and out, and we had some challenges with the languages. The Arabic language, they all spoke Arabic, but it was a good process. They were filled with energy and they did a lot of great work together. So I'm satisfied.
It was really good. We learned a lot, and it was really nice to see that the participants were excited and could use it in the everyday life.
I was scared to death. I was really scared. I was worried about what's going to be happening in this workshop, but the feedback from people and how fun it was, they were having assumptions about me that I'm Egyptian and I'm smoking shisha all the time in my life, and after the session when they came to us and told us that this had a huge impact and they really think differently about who's who and who's doing what, that's when I really felt so happy at the end, and it gave me confidence to continue doing the workshops, and I felt way better afterwards.
The workshop yesterday was amazing because I got to learn something new, and I got the chance to use what I have been learned. I got a feeling and a view how people think and how people suddenly start to discuss, but also how you get into people and make them understand what dialogue is. I got many conclusions about people's thoughts about different cultures, religion, and how people have to communicate. So I think as an experience I have many things to take and develop and take it personally, because I want to take the things I learned from workshops and develop them so I can use them in the future.
It was quite good. Everything went smoothly, and the participants were really serious. We didn't meet a lot of stereotypes like personalities. We had like a lot of mature ideas. And a lot of people who were interested in law and human rights. They were talking about a lot about the good ideas, really.
My first impression was that we had a nun in the workshop, a full cover nun. It was very interesting to finally get out there and use the tools that we've been learning for the last couple of days, and it was really a good learning experience, seeing how we could have planned everything from the beginning, but then when we get out there you have to adapt it to the audience that you have.